What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. I have sold some more items guys. Now today's draft you will be seeing Sunday at 9 PM. As you guys may or may not know, a lot of new faces the last few weeks, thousands of new viewers, so welcome to the channel. I appreciate you guys for being here. I usually upload a draft Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday every single time at 9 PM. Monday's draft is probably going to be later for the simple fact that Team of the Year is out on Monday. And I want to have my Monday draft with potential Team of the Year defenders and goalkeepers. So I'm going to basically hang on and start recording the draft at like maybe 7 or 8 o'clock, which means it'll probably be like a midnight to 1 AM upload. Before we get into today's draft as well, guys, if of course you want to get any PSN or MSP codes cheaply to prepare for your FIFA points for Team of the Year, use the G2A link in the description below and the code NEPO at the checkout for some cash back on your order. That is right, cash back on your order. Let's go for a 3-4-1-2. I quite like the free back formation, so we'll see what we can get. Wait, striker Ronaldo, let's go. That's a good start. Not bad. I'm going to need to get subs for Messi, Neymar. Whoa, hello. So if I want Messi and or Neymar, Messi and Neymar, I'm going to have to get them off the bench. So for a change, I'm going to mix things up a little bit here and I'm going to pick the reserves first in the hopes that we're able to get exactly what we need. Now I will take a Hunter Chem style for the first pick. Let's see what we can get for the second pick. Come on, give me a... Oh, that Lukaku is nice. I'll take that Lukaku. He, as an impact sub, he'll be très bien. Mkhitaryan, not a bad pick. Mkhitaryan, we'll take him. That's a couple of BPL picks now. We might have to shy away from Ronaldo and Griezmann. I literally came here for Messi and Ronaldo. We'll take Walker there. We're getting BPL informs, but not who I want. And the reason why I came here for it, guys, as we get another BPL inform, the reason why I came here for it is because you can't get Neymar or Messi on the left mid or right mid. You can only get them as left wings or left forwards. So I literally went there to try and get them a little bit easier. Let's take Crondelli, and then at right mid, I don't know if there's that many La Liga right mids. Nothing that's going to help us there. There's a port. We'll take Silva there. We'll take Silva. So in at Cam now, nice James Rodriguez here would go down very nicely indeed. We get Isco. That's not too bad. That gives Cristiano Ronaldo the links that he needs. Very nice. We've got some fantastic subs here, and in fact, that is probably more beneficial to me. If we can get a Spanish BPL midfielder, that would be very nice. We can't, but we do get a Spanish La Liga midfielder, which obviously gives Isco some heavy weight there on the Chem styles, which means Isco's now full Chem. We get James Milner, we get Benyat, Aaron Ramsey. Who have we got in defence? We've got Kyle Walker that can go left centre-back. Do we have a... We have James Milner. I'm going to take James Milner. We're going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. This will all become clear in a second, guys, because I'm going to take the left centre-back, which I don't care who it is. Obviously, somebody good would be nice, and that Inform Abdenur is very nice. But it's going to be Kyle Walker that goes there. And then... Oh, wait, he doesn't get the link with James Milner because it's... wow, what idiotic mistake. We'll take that David Luiz card, though. Happy days. There you go. And we'll swap those two around, and there we go. That's much more like it. Now, Milner is one link off. But David Luiz... I've got so many BPL informs, man. I might have to change this team. We get Koscielny, which would be better for Payet. Well, it'd actually be better for Koscielny, not for Payet. I could take Laporte. I could take Godin, or I could take Otamendi, who's a big card. I'm going to take Laurent Koscielny, guys. I'm going to swap him with David Luiz. We're going to get ourselves a Courtois in goal, or Begovic, or neither. Let's go for Brad Gujan. So we're up to 94 chemistry. It's not bad. In fact, we could put Mkhitaryan in here. That puts us up to 96 chemistry. I'm one player away. I'm a couple BPL players away from getting a full BPL squad here. We're going to need to get lucky in... Oh, hey, Courtois, that's what I wanted. Boom, because now David Luiz gets that chemistry and we don't need to use Mkhitaryan. If we can get a Gareth Bale would be ideal, man. He would be ideal. Blue Felipe Luiz. We get DeMarcos. DeMarcos doesn't help. Felipe Luis I wouldn't mind taking for the sub. We'll take him as a super sub. Not too bad. We've got some. I'm really liking this team. I know it's a bit of a mismatched team right now, but I do like it. I like what I'm looking at here. So we could go. No, we couldn't. We don't have a goalkeeper. We're going to have to stay with that BPL defence, which I don't mind too much. Kyle Walker should be good out there. I'll take Azpilicueta. Let's take the next one up. Mane. Money for Mane. And the reason why that is because we can pop him there. And then if we swap those two around, we now get 100 chemistry. Yes, please. So we are just one BPL midfielder, one Santi Cazorla away from pretty much having perfect chem. Isco wouldn't get perfect chem, but everybody else would be good. What do we get? We get Benyat here. I'm going to take Benyat because I just think he's better than the dude that's there, right? Like, it's not going to affect chemistry. He's just the better player. So we'll throw him in there. A Gareth Bale. Come on, EA. Give me the Gareth Bale. Messi. Neymar. Why couldn't I get these before? Right, who do we take? Messi doesn't get... If I took Otamendi, Messi would have been perfect. Neymar would get one link with Griezmann. Yes, it's got to be Neymar. We're going to take Neymar because now we can throw Neymar up at this left mid spot. We can put David Luiz over on this spot. We're still at 100 chem. It's only 2 players that are off chem, and we've got a fantastic team. Right, let me sort out chem styles real quick. I want Hunter on him, and I want have we got another Hunter? We have Hunter on Cristiano Ronaldo. I also want. Have we got any shadows? Where are our shadows? So I want shadow on the defenders, all of them if possible. I don't know if I have enough. Well, I only need 3 actually. I don't. I'll keep anchor on Kyle Walker. Do we have glove? We don't. Basic, sniper, catalyst. I'll give catalyst to Neymar. Boost up that pace to pretty much 99. Powerhouse, gladiator, maestro. I don't really rate the maestro as a chem style, but I'll throw it on there anyway. And we'll take our last pick now. So we're guaranteed 100 chem no matter what. Gareth Bale is about the only thing that would throw me through a loop here. I'm going to take that Florenzi card as well. Let's put this team back together. I feel like, guys, we've got a really, really good team here. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but not only do I feel like we've got a really good team, I feel like we've got really, really good bench. He goes there. That James Milner pick actually came in clutch, guys. I tell you what. Neymar goes there. We need David Luiz in at centre-back. So that's the 100 chem. This actually might be one of our highest rated drafts as well. I don't know. No, I don't think we can get it to maybe a 187, but definitely not a 188. And we pop him there. It is a 187. Now this, I believe, is a solid team. The defence, brilliant. The two, like Milner and Benyat. Benyat's fine. Milner's actually got a good card. Isco's decent. Ronaldo and Griezmann, magnificent. Neymar and Mane, yes please. I have a feeling this is, yep. Yes. This team, in my opinion, is going to be good. Let's pick the manager. What do we need as a manager? BPL and or Spanish or Brazilian. Getting Neymar to 10 chem will probably be a little bit more beneficial. We get Liga 1, 2. We don't have a Liga Santander, so the Premier League manager would probably be the best, right? Yeah, we'll take the Premier League manager. We'll put Kyle Walker up to 7 chemistry. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Give him that little extra boost. So we get a 187, which is nice. We get a deadly attack. Ronaldo and Griezmann, yes. Neymar, yes. Isco and Mane, yes. That defense is solid. It's just whether or not we can actually do some good work with this. Let's find out. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 96 chem, 85 rated team. Blue Messi, 87 Lukaku, who is magnificent. Nolito, Ramsey, Gibbs. Although, like, he's got a nice team. Again, the chem styles aren't there. And chem styles is an interesting one because with all this, like, kind of talk of scripting, handicap, and momentum, you know, rising up massively over the last kind of like few weeks specifically. Along has come also just thoughts and feedback on chem styles. I personally believe that they are effective. I personally believe they do what they say they do. I personally believe they give the boost that they are supposed to give. But so many people just don't think they do anything. And I think that hurts people more than it helps them. Because even if they didn't do anything, why would you not like change the chem styles on your team anyway, just in case they did do anything? For example, I know quite a lot of pro players bronze bench, not because they think that the handicap is definitely in the game, but because if it's in the game, they want to give themselves the best opportunity to win. So you know, when you completely dismiss chem styles, I kind of just think I've got an edge straight away in the game. And maybe this person I'm playing against just doesn't even know that you can change chem styles in draft. You know, it's a very finicky thing to do. It's not easy to do if you don't know how. It's quite an arduous process to get it done, and it may have little or no effect in your opinion. So maybe he just doesn't know. But even if he just doesn't know, I just instantly give myself a mental edge. And it may just be that. It may just be that I go into that game thinking, okay, this guy doesn't know about chem styles. Thus, he doesn't have the knowledge of FIFA that I have. So as long as I can translate the knowledge that I have into the ability that I have on my hands and my hand-eye coordination and my reactions and stuff, I should be able to pick up a win. And that's exactly what I did. A nice big 4-0 to kick things off. And let me tell you guys, this draft, I won this draft easy. I conceded a lot of goals in this draft, sure. That's because I was taking the piss a little bit, and you'll see me trying to score goals with my goalkeeper and stuff. Like, I don't know why I do it. I get quite, because these stats mean nothing, because the goal stats of players and the game stats of players mean nothing in draft. I generally, like, once I get to an insurmountable lead, I kind of just start playing like an idiot. Like, you know, I try and start scoring fancy goals. I get red cards. I try and score with my goalkeeper, because it doesn't mean anything. Like, it genuinely doesn't mean anything. And as we've proven through Foot Draft to Glory, it doesn't even matter if you win the draft to make profit. Many, many, many times you will make more profit by not winning the draft than you will by winning the draft. And in fact, the last 2 times that we won the draft, we haven't made profit. We've lost coins by winning the draft, which is crazy. So it really just doesn't mean anything. I always try and win, don't get me wrong. I'm not for 1 second saying that I don't try and win certain games. I always try and win. I always want to do my best to win. You know, I'm very vain in terms of like what my record says and suggests for me as a player. I want a good record. I want it to look good. I want to make sure I'm, you know, considered a good player. And I can only do that by winning games. You know, we've got a much better record this year in Foot Draft than we did have in last year's Foot Draft to Glory. So I'm happy with that. It kind of, I guess, means that I am a better player this year than last year. Or maybe it means draft is a bit easier. But in general, I try and win. And you can see me here. I'm having fun. And I tell you what I loved about this draft that we have here. It was fun. We have Ronaldo. We have Neymar. We have Griezmann. I talked about Messi and Neymar specifically in previous video about how good they were. Antoine Griezmann is absolutely amazing in this game. I think he scored like 12 or 15 goals throughout the 4 games here. Like, he is just spectacular. It's weird what makes a player so good. Like, for me, Lacazette is just unreal. One of the best strikers in the game for me. The blue SBC Lacazette, he's amazing. And Griezmann is very similar in stats, and so maybe that's why he plays very similar. And it's weird because on my road to glory, I don't use either of them. I've used Lacazette before, but I have to sacrifice players I enjoy playing with to fit him into the team, which I don't enjoy doing. So I kind of just don't use him instead. And I have never used Griezmann, but when I use the likes of Neymar and Griezmann and Ronaldo's and Messi's and stuff, I sit there and think maybe it's time. Maybe it is time for me to start just changing my team and get away from this BPL. But what a free kick that was, by the way. Absolutely sensational goal. But how can you turn away from the purple Hazard and the purple Son, the purple Sterling, the red Theo Walcott I've got? They're all amazing players. It's so, like, we're at a point in this FIFA this year that we don't usually get to until Team of the Season in FIFA, for me personally. Usually by the time Team of the Season comes around, there are just so many good players that I'm like, I don't know who to play with. I don't know who I like more. I don't know which player I want to use. And so I end up using like one team for 6 games, thinking that this is the team that I'm going to get 1,000 games with, and then I'll instantly change it because another player is really good. And before you know it, I just stopped playing FIFA. I'm just like, look, I just want to play with all of them, and I can't, so I'll play with none of them. And that's kind of my mentality. We're already getting to that stage in this year. You know, there are so many SBC cards already released, probably like around 50 or so for the SBC cards in total, maybe even more than that There are so many heavy upgrades, like that Andre Gray card is just amazing. It's the same as that informed Jamie Vardy. Like, he's got a little less stats in finishing, but a bit more strength, and like the card is ridiculous. And just in general, they're just like the upgrades the EA are giving them are amazing. And we've got the team of the group stage cards, and look how nice they look. And we've got the Movember cards, and okay, they only get physical upgrade, but look how cool they look. And we've got the Screamer cards, and although not good for my eye, it's another card type. You've got legends, you've got loads of position change inform, Striker Ronaldo, Striker Sanchez. Like, there is just so much in this game, and we're not even at Team of the Year yet, which is nuts. Anyway, we move into the semi-final. We come up against a 186 team. Very nice team indeed. Striker Sanchez, Striker Lewandowski. Team of the group stage. Lewandowski. Team of the group stage, Mahrez. I was surprised Mahrez didn't get an African Player of the Year SBC. You know, he won the African Player of the Year. Thought he would have got it. But we end up walking through the team there. You know, my opponent, the player here, he had a guest, so I was playing against two people. And it seemed to me like one of them was the dominant player and pretty good, and one of them was not very good and was continually sliding and didn't really know how to defend. And it seemed like it was one of those situations where it's like a dude was getting bugged by his girlfriend or something to play, and he was trying his hardest to carry and he just couldn't, or by his little brother or something like, his little brother's like, I want to play, Mum said. And so, he's forced to play with a brother or a girlfriend or a friend that just doesn't like FIFA. It showed in the game, because there were times where somebody would have the ball and it would be impossible to get it back, and then there would be times where I just walk through the team, easy defending, etc, etc. But we end up scoring 3 goals before half-time there. Griezmann getting on the score sheet once again. However, as I said, there was a lot of goals in these games, and you can see here, that was the good person on the ball there. Lovely work. And I ended up conceding another goal late on, 80th or so minute, I think that was, 3-1. I do believe there was enough time for a few more. You see here, I'm trying to score with the goalkeeper again, and I lost it, and then Lewandowski there pops that one in the back of the net, no problem, 3-2. Fortunately enough for me, that was pretty much full time anyway, so we go through into the final after, a lot of, I could easily have closed those games out, the last game and this game, where I conceded 3 goals and 2 goals, 5-3 win, a 3-2 win, could easily have been a 6 or 7-0 win and a 4 or 5-0 win. I get bored in the draft, as I say, because of why. Into the final, we come up against a really nice team, 78 chemistry only, but he's got some brilliant players. Ronaldo, striker, the 87 inform Lukaku, 91 Bale, 86 Nengolan, the team of the group stage Messi and Godin. He's got Gerard Piqué, Mario Gaspar and Felipe Luis Scream card. He's got Manuel Neuer in net. And more importantly, he has got chem styles that have been changed. So I thought this could be an interesting game. And early on in the game, I end up giving the ball away needlessly in midfield. He picks it up with Mario Gaspar. I was almost clean through on goal there. I think a chip through ball probably would have been a little bit better performance. He plays a beautiful 1-2 there with Ronaldo and Lukaku. Gets it back to Ronaldo. That is what frustrates me about FIFA in general. Ronaldo is in amongst 3 centre-backs there, and none of them attempt to go for the ball, and it lets Ronaldo just go for it. Pretty annoying. However, it didn't take me too long to get back into the game. Griezmann again scoring the goal that gets us back into the game. I had sat there and thought, you know what, I've been pissing about so much, it's just going to be karma that I end up going on to lose the final. However, we scored the first nice goal with Griezmann. We then steal the ball. Beautiful little drag back fake from Griezmann, gets him into some space, gets into the box, Scoop turns into the space, lovely little step over, hits a shot, it hits Dani Alves and goes in the back of the net, but the shot was on target in the first place. So we end up going 2-1 up. Antoine Griezmann with yet another goal. Just a few minutes after, again, ball comes my way. James Milner in the midfield, or James Milner as we'd like to call him, into Griezmann. Griezmann waits, Isco plays it back through to Milner. Milner shields, waits and waits, plays the through ball. He didn't bring his keeper quick enough. Griezmann gets around a defender, shoots and scores 3-1. Happy days. Very, very impressed with how this is going so far. And then one of the best goals I've scored all year in FIFA comes about. Corner comes in, Ronaldo hits a bicycle kick, nothing doing. Keeper picks it up, throws it out, but rushes the throw. Neymar, of all people, wins a header in that area. Ball comes to Cristiano Ronaldo. Tries an elastico, misses. Ball falls to James Milner, pops it into Ronaldo. Ronaldo hits the sombrero flick to Griezmann, who scores kind of a bicycle slash scissor slash hook kick. But from there, off the sombrero flick was crazy. What's the most mental thing about that whole passage is that Ronaldo hit a sombrero flick, which Griezmann volleyed into the back of the net, and Ronaldo was not credited with an assist for the goal. How is that possible? I don't know. Anyway, after that, 4-1, again, I started pissing about. I started trying to score just fancy flicks and tricks and goals. My opponent ends up pulling one back pretty much straight away anyway with Gareth Bale. 4-2 game on. And then quite late on into the game, he gets the ball through with Lukaku into Cristiano Ronaldo. Good tackle from Koscielny. Good tackle from Ben Yat. The clearance hits Milner in the body. Another good tackle. The shot takes a deflection off of Lukaku and finds the back of the net. And although my opponent did get it back to 4-3, I was definitely deserving of the win there. So we end up winning the draft 4-3, 3-2, 5-3 and 4-0. Very nice indeed. Let's get into the packs. So guys, we end up winning our final draft before Team of the Year. Let me tell you something about this Antoine Griezmann card. Unbelievable. Like, I don't even know, man. There are no words. That bicycle kick he scored off a Ronaldo sombrero flick. Crazy, man. This team was so much fun. No lie about it. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Ben Yat and Milner in midfield, you know, off-chem centre-back, Mane, a 3-5-2. Sorry, a 3-4-1-2. It's basically the exact same as a 3-5-2. I didn't make a sub once throughout the whole 4 games. We conceded some goals. I think that's because it's 3 back. You know, 3, 2, and 3. But the amount of goals you're able to score with this is just crazy. Let's see what we get for a reward. Boom. A 50k pack and a 5k pack could be big, could be bad, depending on what we get in the 50k pack. Are we going to get a higher rated player, walk out or not? The 5k pack, as per usual, is absolute garbage. We'll send all of this to the trade pile for now. Sorry, to the club screen, to the you know what I mean. And then we'll go and open that 50k pack. And let's hope, guys, let's hope that our 50k pack offers us something worthwhile. What do we get? No walkout. Can we get an inform? I'm so disappointed in FIFA right now, man. What even is that? These 83s might be worth a little bit. Not yet. Eventually these are going to be worth like 3-4k when that SBC comes back. So I'll store them to the club. 383s. We'll get something back for them, but man, that was garbage. Again, we've won the draft. We've had a lot of fun. And our prizes, again, have just been utter trash. That is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.